both of you guys and the entire team absolutely does not go unnoticed. And one of the great things I think about being in the games industry in general is seeing how fans react to what you do.
Absolutely.
And we've noticed a user on Reddit named Do Money. He was actually he helped with our charity live stream, the code charity stream we did a while back. He actually
cool.
won the Onis
I didn't know.
that we had, which is really cool. But
Yeah,
he
the
actually,
pistols, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So he's actually been remaking the ships in a program called Space Engineers.
For anyone who doesn't know, Space Engineers is kind of like Minecraft in space, but there's a lot more functionality to it. So I
really
haven't
cool.
speaking to Do Money, but dude's fucking stud. Like this took a lot of time. I think like the amount of blocks he used was in the hundreds of thousands
Yeah,
to put this stuff
yeah.
together.
Yeah, I don't even know how it works. Are they tiny pieces that you're making this out of? Anyway, but I mean, it's really.
Yeah.
Maybe we should use that system for making the game. The stuff next time. Yeah, let's go to this engine.
So what I love about this is like, I'm sure Joe was saying like when I was young, before I was in the industry, like this is the same kind of stuff I was doing. Like in '99, I got my hands on a very popular game that had a engine part that came with it, and I would spend all nights till like 5 in the morning just trying to find tutorials before YouTube was
sure.
even a thing. So it's hard going, but that's kind of cool. Like seeing the next generation of people who are inspired and like they like the game enough, and they're like, hey, yeah, I could probably do that and Do Money. Like props to you, dude. Like that's awesome. Like what you just did there, because that. It's
No,
dedication.
it's really amazing.
Like,
I mean,
that mod looks
I don't
awesome.
even know the system, but like it looks really like it.
Yeah.
Like, really
Yeah,
like
he had
it,
posted
so.
some early work when he first started doing the Retribution. He was posting early shots,
Oh, right, okay.
and I think both of us were going in there saying like, "Oh my god, like
Yeah.
this is incredible!"
This is wicked.
And he kept updating
Wow.
the Reddit thread when he was working on it, and then when he finally finished, he sent over a bunch of images. So this is
Yeah, it's really.
this is insane.
Yeah.
Really impressed actually. Gotta be said.
Yeah.
But can he
Kudos.
blow them up? No.
He's probably gonna do that now that you've said that. He'll try and figure it
Go
out.
on then, go on, show
Throw
us.
down the challenge.
Show us.
Well, speaking of having fans do some really incredible things, before we wrap up, I would like to ask both of you, if you wanted to give Do Money or anybody out there watching advice on how you feel they could get into this industry or get into design, what would you say to them?
I would say Demana's already doing the right thing. Like,
Yeah.
so, like, he's already
Got
like
our
just-
attention.
Yeah, no, and he's using the. I mean, more than ever, I think nowadays there are tools out there that are free for you to get and actually start making stuff with. And if that's what you're inclined to do, even if you're like looking to program or whatever, as well as maybe build, at the end of the day, there are tools out there now, and it's like what a great way to. Without even having that expensive a PC, you could start making stuff and sending it in, and this is a good example of like.
I'm so jealous
people's
for
attention.
the documentation and the
Oh,
free
yeah.
engines and the free tools. Like,
Yeah.
I think a lot of the big modeling tools, if you're a student, they're free. I mean, it wasn't free when I was a student, And if you ask like 10 different game developers what the best way to get in the industry, you'll probably get 10 different answers.
Yeah.
I mean, I can only speak for art.
9 of them will be wrong.
Yeah, they're all wrong, but mine's right. So as an artist, we're always learning new programs.
Yeah.
Like I'd say in a given year, we learn 3 to 5 new programs. Some that are small, just a little upgrade. Some change the game entirely of how you approach half of your job. So for an artist, I'd say like the fine arts, like having the skills, the knowledge of lighting and rendering and drawing, painting, whatever it is, that foundation is so valuable because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, programs come and go. And if you're in some of these schools, you might learn program A and B, but half the industry is not using those.
Right.
And you should still know those because it's a good foundation.
And also do research, find out what people are mostly using
Yeah.
as well. Like try and focus yourself on what you think possibly is the most important one. If there's a studio in particular that you would really like to work at, maybe learn that they're using one of the certain 3D packages or whatever, and then study that rather than just kind of going for
So
anything.
funny story is in college, and a guy who actually works here named Zero really want to work on Call of Duty, and our professor's like, well, like what's your resume or portfolio look like? And nothing Call of Duty. It was just like all over the place.
Mushrooms.
Just out there. And the professor's like, dude, if you want to work at Call of Duty, like make Call of Duty stuff.
Yeah.
You know what those guys are
Totally.
doing every day? They wake up at 8 o'clock, they have their breakfast, maybe hit the gym, then they go to work. What are you doing?
Yeah.
He wasn't doing that, but he started doing that. And then about a couple weeks later, he comes back with a pretty good Call of Duty piece. And now he's one of our most senior artists down there on the strike team, kicking ass.
Yeah, amazing.
So if you kind of emulate what you want to do, that's probably the best way to go for it.
Yeah, focus on what. Yeah,
You don't have to go to a 6-figure college to get in industry. Like I have a bachelor's degree in game art and design. It's fucking worthless. Like, got me here somehow, but like, it's not worth a damn
I don't
thing.
even have
you
a
know?
degree.
But yeah, like you're saying, online stuff is available, tutorials, a lot of free programs you can use, and just start getting your hands in there and get going at it. See what inspires you.
Yeah, a lot more options than there ever was than
Yeah.
in the past, for sure. And the fact that then there are even colleges and stuff to actually go to now, like back in my day, there was no school to go to that would actually specifically teach you game art and stuff.
Right, like-
so that's another option that is out there.
When I packed my bags to come down to LA, like there was no school in Canada that offered a program. Like
Yeah.
that was back when this game program design was kind of a new
Yeah.
thing for colleges. And even then, like, I told my dad, like, Dad, I'm going to go to LA and go to college and make video games. And he's looking at me, he's like, he's an oil and gas guy, and he's like, that sounds stupid. It sounds like you're very limited. Like, you should probably do something different. But hey, it turned out. So.
Well, I think that's very, very good
Definitely.
advice. Do research, create. I mean, that I've always said this industry thrives off of the passion and creativity of people, and
for
if
sure.
if that wasn't there, it wouldn't exist. So,
Absolutely.
Not at all.
so well, thank you so much to everybody for
fun.
joining us today.
Yeah, thank you.